Hey guys, welcome to Pepcoding. In today's lecture, we are going to solve this problem: count of subarrays with sum divisible by k. Okay, so you are given an array of integer ARR and a number k. You have to find the count of subarrays whose sum is divisible by k. Okay, so I hope you all are familiar with the word subarrays. Okay, I am giving some example of subarrays of these arrays. Okay, so one of them is 2, 2, 7, 2, 7, 6. That means continuous array. This is subarray, this is a subarray, 614 is a subarray, 145 is a subarray. Okay, you can't say like this that 645 is a subarray. Okay, subarray is always continuous. Okay, so if you were not aware about subarray, I have already told you that what's a subarray is. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to count the number of subarrays which are divisible by this number k. Okay, so how we are going to do this? The first thing, whenever I listen this question, the first thing which came to my mind is I'm just going to do what? The brute force. The brute force method is what I'm going to do. What I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to find the subarrays. Okay, so everyone knows that how to find subarrays via via for loop. Okay, we have to find this. Okay, so whenever I am getting a subarray, then I am going to find its sum. Then I am going to check whether it's divisible by k or not. If it's divisible by k, then I'll be initializing. I have already, if let's say I'm going to initialize a count variable of integer initializing with 0, and I am just going to update it whenever I am getting the subarray which is divisible by k. Fine. So one of the brute force is this, one of the method is this, and what we will be going to do here. Okay, what we will be going to do, first of all, we will be converting this array into the sum array. Okay, across this, let's say, and I'm going to write its indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll be writing its sum array. Okay, till here, let's say till 0 index, the sum of this array was 2. Till first index, the sum of this array was 2 plus 7, that is 9. Okay, after this 9, that means 2 plus 7 plus 6 is what? That is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20, and 20 plus 5 is 25. Okay, so see now what I'm going to do. I will be creating a frequency map here. Okay, I'll be creating a frequency map of what? Of keys in of keys remainder and of value, that how many times this remainder came when I am dividing the then I am going to divide the sum. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let's say this is my frequency map. Okay, so in this map, initially what I'm going to do, I'll be initializing, I'll be going to put 0 which has came one time. Okay, don't think about this right now. Okay, I'm going to put 0 as 1. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here. Okay, so this is my sum array. Fine, see the magic that what will be happening here. Okay, so this is my sum array. Okay, so I'm going to divide now. I'm going to divide this 2 with 3, this 2 with 3. Okay, I'm going to divide, so I'll be getting remainder what? 2. I'll be adding 2 here. Okay, in this map 2 was not in this map initially. Okay, so I'm going to put this 2 and I'm going to map its frequency as 1. Okay, so now I'm going to do what? I'm going to check for this one. I'll be iterating in the for loop of this sum array also. Okay, in sum array, and I'm going to do what? I'm going to put this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to check, is this 9 is divisible by 3? Okay, now I'm going to divide it and I'm going to store its remainder. Okay, then I'm going to divide it, then whenever I'm dividing 9 by 3, so I'll be getting answer what? As 0. Okay, so 0 has already came in my map. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to firstly initialize a variable count or answer whatever it is. I'm going to initialize it with 0, and whenever I am getting a remainder which is already in the map, so firstly I'm going to get the value of that remainder 0, and I am whatever the value is, I'll be counting it as 1. Why I'm doing this? After this, I just have to do what? I just have to increment my value. Okay, it was 1 initially, so now it's 2. Fine. So actually why I'm doing this, what actually is happening? Okay, so now you can see when I was at 9, I got one array. That means I got one subarray. How? So whenever I get the value 2 more than 1, okay, whenever I get the value more than 1, then I am going to check. See, you can see from here that after this 0, that means from here till this 0, after this 0, after this is what? Is this? It's 2. Okay, so from 2 to 0 of 2. Okay, you can check from this to this index. When I'm going to sum, 2 plus 7 is 9, and that always divides 3. Okay, so one array I got, one sub array I got here, and I am going to write one sub array, and from through this map I got this answer. Okay, so one of them is 2 and 7. Okay, one of my sub arrays 2 and 7. Let me write it like this, 2 7. Okay, yeah. So after this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check this again. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'll be checking for 15, and 15 is divisible by 3. Yes, fine, and its remainder is what, 0. And again you can see 0 has already came, and now zero's frequency is 2. So I'm going to do what, I just have to increment this 2. Okay, if this if there is someone already present, then I have to do what, firstly I have to get the value. I just have to get the value of this, and after this I have to add it in my count. Okay, after this I have to do what, I have to add it in my count, and I have to increment its value with 1. Okay, so what actually happening here, from this you can see that from this 0 first. Okay, from this 0 I am getting one sub array. See, this one I have added 2, that means 2 sub arrays are added, that are those sum are divisible by 3. Okay, so 2 plus 7 9, 2 plus 7 9, 9 plus 6 is 15, and you can see that 15 is divisible by 3. Okay, fine. And after this, one sub array is 276. Okay, I am going to write here 276, and one more is there. One more is what, from this to this, that means this sub array, that means only 6 is also a sub array, right? Yeah, so after this one now, so I'm going to check this one, it is 6 is also a sub array, so I'm going to add here 6. So one of them is 6, so that's why I have added 2 here. One was this and one was this. Fine, yeah. So let's check about, I'll be telling you that why this is happening, why we are getting sub arrays which are divisible by this. Okay, so now I will be checking for 16. When I am going to divide it with 3, what I am getting as answer 1. Okay, so 1 is coming first time, so I'm going to write 1 here. If this map already contains, then only I am going to add, otherwise I am just going to put the values. Okay, after this let's check for 20. Okay, so for 20 I am getting what, I am getting 2. Okay, so 2 remainder has already came first. So I'm going to do what, I'm going to just add 2's frequency. 2's frequency is what was what, it was 1, then I just added it, and I am going to increment 2's frequency with 2. Okay, so now let's check if it's correct or not. After 2, that means from here till this 2. Okay, that means from here till here. Okay, yeah, from here till here. Let's check. 7 plus 6 13, 13 plus 1 is 14, 14 plus 4 is 18, and 18 is divisible by 3. Fine. So one sub array we got this 6, that is 7 6 1 4 and 5. Yeah, so one of the sub arrays is this. Okay, so let's yeah, so it was this. Okay, now let's talk about 25. Okay, one sub array is this because we get the value as 2. Okay, now let's talk about 25. When I'm going to divide this 25 with 3, then what I am getting, 25 with 3 is 3 8 24, and I am getting answer 1. Okay, so here we can check that 1 is already in my map. Okay, so what I am going to do, firstly I am going to add this value. Okay, I am going to now I have added this one, now I am going to increment it to. Okay, now let's check if it's correct or not. After this one, that means after 4th index. Okay, so till last one. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to check. Okay, 4 plus 5 is 9, that means yes, it is also divisible by 3. So I can write here 4 5, one of the sub arrays is 4 5. So 1 2 3 4 5, that means this method is correct. So the total sub arrays we get what, 1 plus 2, that is 3 4 and 5. So total was 5 sub arrays, and at last what we'll be doing, we'll be just returning my count. Okay, so why this is happening, what actually the logic is. See, actually here what we are doing, we are just storing remainders here. Okay, let's say if I am going to tell you, here we are getting sub arrays. Fine, see, yeah, here we are getting sub arrays. We get here what we are actually doing here. See, yeah, if I am getting some remainder from here, let's say I am getting remainder here, what was it, wait, the one was from here and another was here. Okay, so wait, yeah, one sub array was this and another was this. If I am getting remainder, let's say here I am getting remainder 0. Okay, and here also I am getting remainder 0. So after subtracting this two, I'll be getting remainder same here. Okay, why? Because let's say this number was something, this the initial one, that means this one, this number was something, and it was giving me some remainder. Okay, let's talk about this one 2 and 7. Okay, so this number was something, let's say x2, and this is also giving me the same remainder. Okay, so now what I'll be doing here, when I'm going to subtract these, okay, when I'm going to subtract these, I'll be getting what? X1 minus x2. Fine. Yeah, so this is what I was telling about. So this is how we have to do this question. I hope you understood this solution. Now let's jump to the code directly. Plus one more thing I haven't told you, that what if my remainder came as negative? So as you all know that if I am getting remainder negative, then I have to do what? I just have to add it with whatever I am dividing it with. Why? Because it will be creating its positive remainder. Okay, we don't need a negative remainders, we need positive remainders. So I just have to do what? I just have to add it with k, whatever the k is. Okay, so now let's code this. So now let's try to code this question. Okay, so initially what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to create a hash map. Okay, so here is this hash map of keys, what? Keys of integer, that is the remainder. Okay, and another is also integer, and its frequency. Okay, so here I am naming it as map, new hash map. Yeah, so first of all, I am going to convert this array into what? Into the sum array. Okay, so my sum is equal to 0, and I am going to iterate in this. Okay, so for, let's say, int element, and my array is this. Fine, so I'm going to do what? I'm going to have it, so sum, I'm going to firstly calculate the sum. So sum plus equal to my element, and yeah, I can't use here for each loop, so here it will be int I equals to 0, I less than whatever my length is, array dot length, and I plus plus. Yeah, so sum plus equal to whatever my element is, and I am going to update this element to what? To whatever the sum is till now. Okay, so yeah, so now I have updated it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to put zero remainder as 1, because I need this frequency. Okay, because 0 has came first time, it's not came, but still it has came first time because there were no sum initially. Okay, so the remainder is 0 initially. Fine, so what I'm going to do here, see, I'm going to iterate in this. I'm going to initialize a variable count integer with 0. I'm going to store what? I'm going to store here just number of subarrays, okay, which are valid. Okay, so I'm going to here get this. Now I can iterate fairly through for each loop. Okay, so int element and whatever my array is. Fine, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to first check. Firstly, I'm going to calculate the remainder. Okay, so this is my remainder here, that is element of whatever the k is. Okay, so if my remainder is less than 0, then I'm going to do what? I'm just going to update my remainder with plus equals to k. Fine. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do, see, I'm going to check if my, that means if it's present or not. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to check. Wait. Yeah, if my remainder is present or not. So map dot contains key, whatever the key is right now remainder. If this is true, then what we are going to do, we are going to get it. Okay, so here what we are going to do, I am going to just update my count. I'm just going to firstly update my count. Okay, so count will be plus equal to what? My map dot get rem. Fine. Okay, so here we get rem. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to update it also. So map dot put at whatever my remainder was. Okay, and I'm going to map dot get, if I'm getting that, rem and plus 1. Okay, if it's not present, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put map dot put whatever my remainder is. Okay, I'm going to put, and I'm going to put it as 1. Okay, so at last what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just return whatever my count is. Yeah, So this is what we have to do here, and now let's check if it's working or not. Okay, I hope so that you understood this question, that what we have done here. 21th, this must be, yeah. Now let's run this again. Yes, it's accepted. So now let's try to submit it and see if all the test cases are getting passed or not. Okay, so yes, so all the test cases are passed there. Okay, so I hope you understood this question, and if you are having any doubt, please watch this video again. And if you like the video, please hit the like button and please share and subscribe our channel. Okay, so tata, bye bye, take care, see ya.